So hello and welcome to today's Buddy 2 news video. Now I apologise my voice is off in this video because I wasn't intending to make a video this week because I've been ill. Anyway, we have quite a few rumours to go over and some to debunk, so let's get straight on to the first part, which is all about the Buddy 2 trademark. Now posted to the Rockstar subreddit on the 30th of March 2019, a user by the name of Phil7689 claimed that trademarks of Buddy 2, and that's with two I's, you know, like the Roman numerals, were being filed and attached this image which reads, Hidden Buddy 2, status live and pending, new application will be assigned, serial number hidden, date of filing 18th of March 2019, language English, mark Buddy 2, indication trademark service mark, address for correspondence Andrea L. Calvaruso, Esk, Kelly and Dyer and Warren, application Take-Two Interactive Software, international classification 09 and 41, and international classification 021, 023, 026, 036, 038, 100, 101 and 107. So before we dig into this to verify any legitimacy, what does all of this mean? Well, if this is real, it means that Buddy 2 is going to be official and we can expect an announcement sometime soon. But before we dig into the trademark, we should take a look at our friend Phil here, as MaxSilver18 messaged me on Twitter with some very interesting posts made by Phil. And as usual, do not hassle Phil, just don't, it's uncalled for on so many levels. So on Phil's Reddit account we can only see two posts that he's made, one to the Rockstar subreddit about Buddy 2 and one to the YouTube subreddit which is about some like to dislike ratio. So what's said to this guy then? Well, Max Silver showed me that by googling his name he found a now deleted post on the game development subreddit asking about if game developers are allowed to lie about leaks for upcoming projects even if they signed an NDA. So how do we know it's Phil who made this post? Well, by searching his username again we can find his post saved on some blog spam site, which has his original post in question. For example, if somebody leaked artwork or soundtracks of an unannounced game that's currently in the making, are developers allowed to debunk those leaks even if they're true? So if you've been keeping up to date with Buddy 2 news and leaks, you'll know the two major things that have been leaked from Buddy 2 are soundtracks from that IC guy, and the leaked artworks in 2017, and the ones that are apparently from Shawn Lee. So that strikes me as very, very odd. How Phil asks about NDAs, specifically states the two currently non-debunked leaks of Buddy 2, and then he posts about Buddy 2's trademark. Now granted, this could just be a very, very odd coincidence, as he could just be a Buddy fan who wanted to ask other game developers about lying while on an NDA, and that is a strong possibility too, as I've seen quite a few people ask about NDAs on Buddy 2 leaks. So this also brings me back to the trademark. I couldn't actually find this specific trademark, but don't rule it out as 100% fake yet, and I'll get onto why. Firstly, the international classification basically defines what Buddy is. 09 means the identifier is computer game programs and software, and 41 is entertainment services in the nature of animated motion picture films or entertainment services in the nature of computer games. Now nearly all of Buddy's trademarks have either 049 or 41 in them, sometimes they have both in them. Now there's only one exception to this, and that is one trademark from 2005 which was about promotional materials such as posters and games. So far this trademark is looking pretty legitimate. So if we take a look at a slightly older trademark of Buddy's from 2015, we can see it's a near carbon copy. We have the same name of Andrea, we have the same national and international classifications. So this to me does give it some legitimacy. It just seems like something that so many people wouldn't know what to put down unless they're heavily invested in studying copyright law, which even then most people I've met, online and real life, who do study that kind of stuff are definitely not the kinds of people who'd use their spare time to wind up a fan base. As C3 on Buddy 2 said it best, in any case, if this is some sort of troll, they must be an excellent lawyer. If this were a fraud, the documents certainly wouldn't follow the World Intellectual Property Organisation standards exactly as they do. Obviously I have no clue for certain if this is a troll or not, but I highly doubt your typical troll would have enough knowledge to generate World Intellectual Property Organisation standardised documentation without any mistakes. So on to the next question, who is Andrea? Well, if we look her up and look at her bio, it says right here, currently representing Take-Two Interactive in dozens of pending TTAB proceedings and previously represented clients in dozens of terminated TTAB proceedings with respect to intellectual property associated with famous marks including Take-Two, 2K, Grand Theft Auto, Rockstar and Buddy. So what does TTAB mean? Well, that means Trademark Trial and Appeal Board. And yes, she's the one who's been helping renewing the Buddy trademark in the past. So at the moment this is all looking very, very genuine, but it does raise one question. Why is it impossible to find this while Phil managed to find it with ease? Or at the very least hasn't actually shared it with us? Well, I think there are four possibilities. Either the Buddy 2 trademark appeared very quickly and was also quickly pulled again, which is very unlikely because it says in the picture that is hidden. Also, if this was taken down quickly, it wouldn't say it was filed on the 18th of March, it would probably say, you know, filed on the 29th or the 30th or whatever. Possibility 2, Phil himself was a Rockstar employee, which could explain why he found it, and because I'm certain Rockstar and Take-Two have access to his trademark and can see its status, which also explains why it's hidden. 3, of course it could just be fake, and inspect element was used, which is possible. However, as said above, everything just fits the legal documentation too perfectly, and you know, most trolls usually just take a sample of Shawn Lee's more obscure works just to pass off as genuine leaks. And of course, you know, the average board troll definitely would have gotten some things wrong, especially Buddy's international classification due to the IDs and, you know, the name of Take-Two's employee who actually deals with this stuff. Or possibility 4, this trademark does exist on the site, but you have to do some incredibly specific and deep searching to find it, which is a possibility, and maybe I haven't done that well enough, which is why I haven't found it, but yeah, that's basically all I got on that. Now onto the next bit of news with Shawn Lee. Now this could just be a coincidence, but lately on Spotify and Apple Music some of Shawn Lee's music was pulled. So what's this got to do with Buddy 2 exactly? Well, many of us know that Shawn Lee composed the entire soundtrack to Buddy himself, and the songs that were pulled were Schoolhouse Funk, Mason Magic, and basically the entirety of Golden Age Against the Machine, which according to the people who actually listened to the album actually said the entire album was full of songs that would fit perfectly in a game like Buddy. However, this does not mean the album was made for Buddy 2, because songs and albums get pulled from Spotify and Apple Music all the time. For example, Rihanna's Only Girl in the World and Robbie Williams' Kids, both songs from Non-Stop Pop FM on GTA 5, were also pulled from Spotify, but as I'm making this video, both of them have been brought back. So this could just be a coincidence where the Buddy community are vastly overthinking this one, or maybe it's something more. But we'll find out if Shawn's album Golden Age Against the Machine is brought back. However, this could just be a coincidence, but on the Rockstar Reddit again, a user by the name of RG High School Dance posted some very short samples of Shawn Lee's tracks and claiming they were part of some upcoming Rockstar game. And what song did he use? Well, he used Mason Magic, one of the tracks that was pulled from Spotify. So this is probably coincidence, but that's just one hell of a weird coincidence if it was. Personally, I don't think it means anything because licensing is a bitch and this stuff happens all the time with music, TV and games. Some people might also remember how Alan Wake, I think it was Alan Wake, was pulled from Steam for copyright issues, and the same is also happening to Drive Club later, you know, that PlayStation driving game later this year. So yeah, I don't really think this is anything, this is probably just like some vast reaching, you know, so yeah, don't look too deep into that at least. Third bit of news, and before I get onto this part, reminder that you should not go and hassle this person because of NDAs and of course, you know, consideration, respect for the person and all that. And I swear I have to say that every bloody video, but it's right, you know. Do not hassle people who are mentioned in these videos. Anyway, Reddit user Lookwiles or Lukiles, I can't pronounce it properly. Anyway, they discovered that British actress Cheryl Burniston retweeted some casting calls from Pinewood Studios, and her bio says she's currently working on an unannounced 2019 video game as the lead motion capture artist. And yes, this could be for any AAA game in development, Rockstar or non-Rockstar, and she probably won't update that bit of info until the game gets officially released. There's not much to cover here, but personally I don't think this is Rockstar related, as looking at her bio there's another unannounced AAA video game coming from EA which she's working on. So this is very likely some work she's doing with EA games and nothing to do with Rockstar at all. And no, this doesn't mean the previous casting calls with Pinewood are EA either, because, well, Pinewood are a massive studio who like to keep things as secretive as they possibly can. Anyway, on to our fourth final bit and definitely weirdest news. We have somebody called JimmyWatkins on Reddit who was dead set on claiming he had Buddy leaks, from the first leak called Buddy Experiences, which you can read on screen if you pause now, because I am not reading all of this. He kept on making all kinds of posts and then he actually claimed he had some artwork of young Jimmy, and this is what he showed. However, checking his profile, he actually submitted an insanely detailed, realistic depiction of this, as you can see here. He then made one final post claiming some artwork was from Joyce Lee, and the artwork submitted was a mix of the 2017 leaked artworks, although in much lower detail, with the exact same pose, next to some carnival stands, which does give it some legitimacy in my opinion, and he actually posted some weapon artwork, being firecrackers, a water pistol and a fire gun, which I swear looks like something from Killing Floor 2. Now the only reason I'm covering this is solely because of this image here. Now this pose here is a very identical pose of Nick from the 2017 artworks. That's the only thing that gives it legitimacy. The other stuff not so much, but this does for some strange reason. Personally, I lean more towards on, the fake side, as the person who posted this clearly does look like a very talented artist, and this could definitely be fake. But like I said, it's just that artwork that sort of makes it look legitimate. But then again, I'm definitely leaning more towards fake, because if he had proper artwork, you think he would have posted something that we wouldn't have seen before, rather than just sort of like remixing, say, Joyce Lee's artwork with the 2017 artwork, for example. So that's it for today's Buddy 2 Rumour Roundup. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, subscribe for more Buddy content. If you want to support me in a more personal manner, become a member of my channel. Anyway, thanks for watching, I hope you have a great day.